New York's biggest political showdown just leveled up. It's not just a mayor's race, it's a war for the future of New York City. As the city pulses with tension, the latest numbers from June 23rd are in, and they're turning the political map upside down. Old names are rising, new voices are roaring, and one wrong move could change everything. Ranked choice voting, progressive surges, and establishment resilience. Every factor is now in play. Let's dive into the poll that's shaking up. Let's start with the headline numbers. The first choice votes. Andrew Cuomo is still out front at 35.9%. The former governor is holding steady, reminding New Yorkers of his experience and name recognition. But Zohran Mamdani is making this a race. Clocking in at 28.9%, the progressive firebrand is gaining real ground, and fast. Behind them, it's Brad Lander with 9.7%. He's got a loyal base, but will it be enough to break through? City Council Speaker Adrienne Adams lands at 7.5%. Quiet, consistent, and climbing. Don't count her out. And in the single digits, Scott Stringer at 4%. Zelnor Myrie at 2.5%, and Michael Blake rounding it out at 1.6%. Second choice, who voters are keeping in their back pocket, but in NYC's ranked choice voting system. First place is just the beginning. What happens after voters' top picks are eliminated could swing this race. Brad Lander dominates second choice preferences with 21%. If he's not your first pick, he's probably your second. Adrienne Adams pulls a strong 14.9% here, and Scott Stringer lands 12.2%. Zohran Mamdani, despite his first-place surge, only gets 8% of second-choice support, a potential ceiling. Andrew Cuomo scores just 5.2%, and that could be a problem. In a ranked race, you need broad appeal. Third choice, undercurrents of support. Moving on to the third choice rankings, and this is where quiet favorites emerge. Adrienne Adams leads again with 17.7%, showing her steady popularity across voter tiers. Scott Stringer follows closely at 16.1%, and Brad Lander stays in the mix at 14.8%. Zelnor Myrie gets a modest 9.9%, and Zohran Mamdani? Just 5.1% again. His base is deep, but may not be wide. Jessica Ramos and even Eric Adams pop up here. Small, scattered signals that voters are still exploring options. Fourth choice, the dark horses. By the fourth choice, the real underdogs start to shine. Zelnor Myrie tops this tier with 12.8%. That's a sign of potential if he can stay alive through early rounds. Scott Stringer is just behind at 11.9%, and Adrienne Adams again shows staying power with 11.1%. Brad Lander sits at 9.1%, and Jessica Ramos jumps in with 8.2%. Not a main player yet, but in the conversation. Michael Blake rises here too, with 6.9%, showing resilience deeper in the ballot. Fifth choice, final lifelines. And now the fifth choice data, where candidates get their last lifelines. Michael Blake leads with 12.9%. That's major for a candidate polling low up top. It gives him a shot to stick around in later rounds. Scott Stringer stays relevant at 11.8%, and Jessica Ramos earns 9.1%. Strong for someone not yet in the top 5. Zelnor Myrie and Adrienne Adams are close behind, and even Brad Lander maintains support. Zohran Mamdani again scores 5.1%, consistently low in backup support, which could cap his rise unless he dominates early. So what's the verdict? Andrew Cuomo leads for now, but his low-ranked choice support could cost him if he doesn't win outright in early rounds. Zohran Mamdani is the progressive lightning bolt, with strong first-choice power, but limited fallback options. And then you have the slow and steady contenders, Adrienne Adams and Brad Lander. They may not lead at the start, but they're everyone's second or third pick. In a city as unpredictable as New York, this race is still wide open. The stakes are high, the numbers are moving, and this race, it's a political puzzle waiting to be solved. We'll be tracking every twist, turn, and takedown right here on today's Blueprint News. So don't forget to like, share, and hit that bell so you never miss a moment.